Hello, this is T.S. Malleswar Prasad, Chairman, Bharatiya Vajra Party. Purchasing the properties. We need security while purchasing the properties, and we need its value to be in a standard manner. If you or your family members, relatives, close friends are there in these type of unsecured buildings, what will you do? This is the main point to be observed in the country. The typical assumed building or a structural component's lifespan must be defined in the property dealings document with related details, and also must be displayed the year of construction and its estimated period of lifespan. There should be clear data about the building stages, that is, order of construction, excavation, timbering, foundations, concrete floors, reinforced concrete frames, roofs, brickwork, brick quality, cement quality, internal fixtures and fittings, insulations, earthing, plumbing, and electrical wiring and plastering, etc. There must be all details of the construction. If all data is recorded, then it will help to keep a close eye on the quality of the work and pick up the problems quickly so that to follow the plans and specifications. Finished construction should be protected from the weather. If we spot anything that does not look right, it will bring it up immediately to the builder. It would be better to replace a few bricks that are the wrong color than wait until the house is finished before pointing it out after construction. Most things that go wrong are simply mistakes which the builder would prefer to know about sooner rather than later. Which you are preferred, apartment or independent house? Yes, it is an endless debate. It is an endless debate for a common man in the country. There are valid arguments to buttress the claims on the both sides. While the jury is still out, there is a growing demand from certain sections of the housing sector which argue that builders must ensure that the apartments they build should be able to face the vagaries, that is changes, it means changes of time, vagaries of time, for at least 7 to 8 decades. But this is almost neglected by everyone, including the governments. It is no secret that economic factors and a fact lifestyle have dealt a death knell for the culture of independent houses in India. As the cost of the independent house is staggering, not many buyers consider the option of going for one now. Land prices have rocketed and made the purchase of a site and construction of a house almost impossible. Cut back to the year 1980s, when the capital was still green. Those were the days when the apartment culture had not yet gripped the capital. Today, the scene is completely different. Not only are concrete blocks mushrooming all over the country, all over the city, large individual houses are fastly disappearing, with residents opting to give them up to the developers. A typical apartment complex or gated community comes with clubs, a large community garden with plenty of area for children to play and pathways to walk. The new age customers are finding community living more attractive given the nature of facilities offered as well as the ease in tackling maintenance and security. Almost all typical home buyers do not have time or energy to spare to build a house. Building an individual house involves not just designing but finding the right contractor for the construction. And it does not end there, as sanctions and approvals for utility connections will still have to be tackled. An independent house also has issues of security and maintenance. This can prove a deterrent, especially when apartment complexes and villas with state-of-the-art facilities are available. The fact that fresh land for individual houses is no more available within the capitals again acts as a dampener. Getting the desired location is a further incentive for home buyers to opt for gated communities or apartment complexes. After listening to all these arguments, we are left with no option but to go for a flat. But will the construction last for more than 30 years or more? There is an important point is that unlike independent houses, we are looking at apartments which are unlikely to remain in a perfect state for over 30 years if they as they are not maintained with due care. As far as an independent house is concerned, it can rebuild to suit changes, tests, and requirements. At any point of time, adding that the house can be expanded horizontally if space permits or vertically by adding more floors. These are impossible in a unit, in an apartment, anywhere in the country. I consulted I consulted many people who have sold their independent houses to move into flats and are now ruining their decision as the quality of construction of their flats was bad, especially the plumbing and electricity. In general, almost in every constructed flat, within 1 or 2 years, plumbing and electrical problems starts, which are the major immediate problems for the total constructed building. This reduces the lifespan of the flat and total building complex. While there is a growing awareness to keep apartments in a perfect condition, but if we observe, even those who live in the flats worth over rupees 1 crore or more do not like to pay regular upkeep charges. Upkeep of buildings involves a lot more than just housekeeping and cursory maintenance. Far from being confined to plumbing and electrical work, maintenance of complexes extends to include a host of items that require a fully functional office and maintenance staff on call round the clock. There is no doubt that given the astronomical land rates nowadays, building an independent house is increasingly becoming tough. However, experts are of the view that concrete apartment buildings in India last only for 30 to 40 years compared to the expectation of 70 to 80 years. The short lifespan is an economic burden for not only owners and residents but to the nation as a whole. A major factor influencing long-term service life of concrete structures is the nature of weather conditions. The adverse conditions like ground contamination, high temperature, humidity, and fluctuating temperatures can cause damage and reduce the lifespan of any structure. Calculations significantly affects on maintenance and renovation considerations, especially considered the variation in durability between wood, concrete and steel and any other material used for construction. We should consider in each and every construction and purchasing the property. Based on these factors, the value of the property is based. If we compromise any point, then the effect will be on our lives or on our successors or on the tenants. And at the same time, near properties and persons nearby the said property also. At any time, it may give to unrecovered situations and great losses. In general, the lifespan decision greatly impacts on the security of the life, health, cost, or repairs and many, etc. For short lifespans, the recurring embodied energy is less than the initial energy and for long life buildings, say at about 100 years, the recurring embodied energy is between 2 and 3 times greater. Therefore, care should be taken to protect living persons' lives and the property value in all aspects in our country. The lifespan will be on the basis of environmental impact of the functional unit over variable lifespans according to many factors like water, pollution, adulteration of materials during the constructions in different stages of construction. It is also depending on the various factors like recycling or reuse of waste material, landfilling, especially with wood products, where the life expectancy is commonly 50 to 100 years. There should be some consideration for the maintenance of such components. Experts and engineers declare that 30 and 60 years are the most frequently assumed lifespans of the constructed buildings or apartments or houses or sheds or any. Though some studies, it may consider as few as 10 to 25 years or as many as 160 years. We should also consider the environmental effects of various combinations of cladding, window and roofing systems with 5, 10, 25, 50, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140 and 160 years life expectancies. We should also consider the natural calamities like floods, rains, earthquakes and etc. to protect the building or apartment or any other constructed structure. Value and security of the property will be based on the included raw materials usage, that is kg. Energy used, mj. Pollutants to water, GHGs, that is greenhouse gases, and solid waste in kg. For various cladding, window frame, and roofing materials with varying life expectancies. Study of building component accounted for solid waste raw material flows during construction and also renovation. Still, the underrepresentation of inventory flows such as wastewater or toxic emissions particles and volatile organic compounds from wood, emissions from the use of energy fuels, release of storm water that has been in contact with wood or irrigation water used to protect wood, and emissions and spillages from machines and vehicles used at the site material makeup, especially wood preservatives, has the largest effect on acidification, eutrophication, human toxicity, and photochemical ozone emissions. Wood may leach these chemicals through contact with soil, for example, or emit them when burned. Further, disposal of wood products is shown to knowingly influence life cycle effects for many wood-based products, which is especially detrimental if wood is landfilled. The importance and target of lifespan will impact and is to collect the inputs and outputs for a product or service used in the construction and maintenance of a property. This type of process can be used to calculate and interpret the potential environmental impacts associated with the functional unit throughout its lifespan of the concerned property. The categories represented should be as land use, ecotoxicity, human toxicity, photooxidant formation, eutrophication, acidification, ozone depletion, depletion of raw materials including fossil fuels, and global warming potential. Global warming potential was clearly the most commonly assessed impact, likely due to the accessible data on embodied energy and carbon of construction materials and the recent status of global climate change. When considering land use, the building's lifespan needed is a key variable. Also, end of life considerations such as burning, reuse, or landfilling of demolition materials can significantly impact the GHG mitigation and land use efficiency of the structure. Therefore, the need for a land use impact assessment would be determined and based on the system boundaries also. The effects of resource use and emissions on human health, ecosystem, quality, etc. Each and every construction has to follow the stages of construction in a secured and strict manner. If we ignore those details, we are keeping ourselves in a very dangerous situations in the future life. No one will rescue anyone or our family members or the tenants. So be careful when purchasing your property. Your all families are going to be buried in future life in the uncontrollable collapsing buildings. As the constructions are weak or lifespan is near to complete, a small natural disaster may lead to heavy loss, which leads to heavy national loss too. In future, total flats in a building and total buildings in a colony are going to collapse or demolish because they are based on the lifespan that they have. This will continue continuously elsewhere all over the country in short future because the apartment culture started mushrooming just before 3 decades, and the lifespan of the apartments are 4 or 5 or 6 decades according to their qualities. Stages for construction are based on building, retaining walls, and subsoil drainage, and many other. Site works and settings out are the contractor's responsibilities. After being given position and site layout plan and detailed drawing are necessary and clearing the site, setting out the building, establishing a datum level. In leveling, the land surveyor will determine the original ground level for the land and mark a survey peg for drain, pipes, cables and main sewerage treatment plant, MSTP. Also the road complying with the land survey. Clearing the site will or may involve demolition of existing buildings by the experienced contractors, grubbing out bushes and trees by manual or mechanical means or by a specialist for the large truss. Removal of soil to reduce levels following to building regulation. Sterilizing the top 300 millimeters to contain plant life and decaying vegetation. Topography of the site and some common material on site, removal of tree trunks, grubbing of trees, shrubs and roots, excavator heaping up topsoil, earthwork operation, site clearing work carried out will also play major role in the lifespan of the constructions. The surveyor must determine the site boundary of the construction area to avoid trespass to the under construction area. The boundary had to determine setting out the site, establishing a baseline from which the whole of the building can be set out. It should mark on site clearly so that it can be re-established at any time. Using steel tape, 30 meters and not stretchable is more suitable. Marked each corner with a stout peg. Checking the right angle and correct length is advisable using different methods. It should be as a typical builder square, and there should be setting out and checking methods for future. There should be set up profile board after the main building lines and should set up clear of the foundations trench positions to locate the trench, foundations and walls, and required at all trench and wall intersections. There should be a typical profile board. All levels in a building are taken from a fixed point called a datum. It should establish after the setting out and related to ordnance benchmark. An arrow with a horizontal mark above the arrow. The center line of the horizontal being the actual level indicated on an ordnance survey maps. Sloping slides are three methods in reducing levels. First one, cut and fill. Using method, the amount cut will equal the amount of fill. Second one, cut. Advantages of having undisturbed soil over the site, but having disadvantages of costing of removing the soil from the site. Third one, fill. Not to be recommended, deep foundations would be needed. The risk of settlement and the amount of fill should be limited to 600 millimeters. It should be recorded for future. Foundation is the base on which a building rests, and its purpose is to safely transfer the load of a building to suitable subsoil as to avoid any damage by swelling, shrinkage or freezing of the subsoil. So finally I conclude, if you or your family members or relatives or close friends are there in such type of unplanned or corrupted buildings, what will you do? Why don't you demand the quality of materials and manpower and other which are used and know the lifespan of the property that you are going to construct or purchase? Is it not your money, duty and responsibility when purchasing or constructing? First, know the lifespan and also the quality of the apartment or building or a house or any construction. It is your right to know all. You are having right to demand all details of any kind of construction. Thank you.